Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on American Express. I've talked about them in the past, and looks like they've had a great last year. Over the last year, American Express, ticker AXP. You can see what they've done over the last year. Almost a little bit over 76%. Could have got back here for $93 and change, and almost doubled your money on this one. 13% in the last 3 months, up over 3.34 in the last month. Not too great of a last week. It looks like it's coming down a little bit, so if you're looking to buy a dip, it might be an opportunity for you. I have a partial share here in Robinhood, and even got a dividend, so Robinhood. If you don't know what this one is, it's another credit card company. They do other services. Feel free to pause and go over that for yourself. Been around since 1850. $3.52 million or 3.52 million average shares traded, so which is pretty close to some of the credit card companies. Not a whole lot of volume, and $136 billion market cap. Here's the ratings of 44%, and here's a look at the earnings. Earnings coming up available on July 23rd in the pre-market, and you can see they've beat earnings the last couple quarters. Really had a great earnings on this quarter. So and here's some more of my dividends, and here's when I bought my shares back in June, and as you can see, it was slowly going down, so trying to dollar cost average into it. Should have kept throwing $10 at it here and there, but didn't. But you can see the growth that this one's had, so even from the $100 range. So don't know why that went back to a MasterCard, but I just did a video on MasterCard. But if you have American Express, go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. I kind of like to diversify and have them all, so it's just kind of benefits me. But so unusual options activity inside American Express. This is dated on the 16th, so just yesterday. So American Express shares experienced unusual options activity on Friday. The stock price moved down from 171.56 following the option alert, which was bearish. So a call expiration date on 7/16 of 21 with a strike of 165. Signs of an unusual options activity is one reason for which options market activity can be considered unusual. The volume of options activity refers to the number of contracts traded over a given time period. The number of contracts that have been traded but not yet closed by either counterparty is called an open interest. A contract cannot be considered closed until there exists both a buyer and a seller for it. And going to continue scrolling through the rest of this information, so feel free to pause and go over that information, or else you can find it right on Benzinga. Moving on over here to Yahoo Finance. Citigroup cuts off its 495-year rival to American Express Platinum card, and this is just dated yesterday as well on the 16th. Citigroup has stopped taking applications for its 495 a year Prestige card, a competitor to American Express Platinum line and JP Morgan Chase and Company's Sapphire Reserve. The bank will still serve existing Prestige customers, according to an emailed statement Friday, and encourage prospective customers to instead consider product including the non-annual fee Citi Custom Cash Card, which it introduced last month. And feel free to pause and go over the rest of the information there. Currently, I don't hold any American Express cards. I used to have an American Express. Casio used to have American Express, but now I think it's a Visa card, Citibank. They did away with American Express couple years ago. I'm not sure why, but that's the only American Express card that I've had. At $172, American Express stock has some downside, and this is dated on the 12th. Well, actually the 14th, updated on the 12th. American Express gained around 42% year to date, as I already showed you, increasing from about $121 at the beginning of 2021 to around $172 currently, significantly ahead of the S&P 500, which grew 16% over the same period. Travis estimates MX to be around $152 per share, 12% below the current market price. The stock rise over the recent months was due to, in general, positive investor sentiment toward the U.S. financial stocks, thanks to the approval of the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan and the fast pace of the CV-19 vaccination program. American Express posted $36.1 billion in revenues for the full year 2020, down 17% year over year. This was because the lower discount fees, the decline in the transaction volumes, and negative growth in outstanding loans. Transaction volumes of outstanding loans were negatively affected due to the lower consumer spending levels in the year, which suffered due to the CV-19 crisis and economic slowdown. So CVs kind of affected a lot of different things, but I was buying some credit card stocks. I bought some Amex, some I think in the $89 to $95 range. I'd have to double check in Webull, and bought some in TD Ameritrade, and then I have the partial share here in Robinhood. You can also buy partial shares in Fidelity as well as Webull, so if you can't afford a full share. But I feel it's good to diversify. I just did a MasterCard video. I have Visa. I've done videos on them all, and I own all the stocks. It's good to diversify into all of them. So, but feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. American Express is shaking up the British Airways Avios credit cards from September. Here's what it means to you. And card provider Amex is making a number of changes in its two British Airways reward credit cards. From September 1st, the shakeup will see annual fees hikes on one of its cards, while the spending threshold to earn a free companion flight is falling on the other card. Although users will only be able to redeem this on economy class tickets going forward, here's what's happening. And so some more information that might impact the American Express shareholder as well. So they have two co-branded credit cards, the British Airways Amex and the British Airways Premium Plus Amex. They allow customers to earn Avios points on their everyday spending, which can then be redeemed against plane tickets, hotel stays, and more. And just going to slowly scroll through here for those of you that would like to read about British Airways. Spending threshold to earn a companion ticket is falling, but it'll be limited to economy class flights only. And you can find this on moneysavingexpert.com. American Express taps startup bodes well for expansion into financial planning, and this is just dated on the 15th. So American Express is branching out its financial planning with a little help from a 7-person startup called Bodeswell. This week, the credit card giant launched a pilot of its first self-service digital financial planning tool dubbed My Financial Plan. The 6-month pilot kicked off on July 11th with about 25,000 select Amex card members. American Express quietly invested in the Bodeswell in late 2020 via the venture arm, American Amex Ventures. Since then, the financial services behemoth teamed up with the tiny startup to develop the financial planning tool for its users. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. I'm just going to slowly scroll through. There's quite a bit of information in here. You can find all this on techcrunch.com. And moving on here, American Express reports next week Wall Street expects earnings growth. and we kind of already talked about that, so we'll see what happens with the share price. Expects a year-over-year increase in earnings on higher revenues when American Express reports results for the quarter ended on June 2021. While this widely known consensus outlook is important in gauging the company's earnings picture, a powerful factor that could impact the near-term stock price is how the actual results compare to these estimates. And again, which is expected to be released on July 23rd. On the other hand, if they miss, the stock may move lower. So if it moves lower, that might present a buying opportunity for those that are trying to get into American Express. Revenues are expected to be $9.48 billion, up 23.5% from a year ago quarter. And so it's definitely growing, as you can see in the stock price as well. And let's see if there's anything here in Reddit. Not much, so we'll check out StockTwits. Currently at $170.01 and low of $89.11, high of $174.76, with a $138 billion market cap. Waiting for a buy signal on AXP. There's your buy. And as some of you know that have followed my channel, I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, along with Warren Buffett. I think he had sold all of his AXP a while back, but I'd have to double check on that. But this talks about a daily 30-minute chart. Apple's had a great week, great 2 weeks. Here it's talking about some calls, $175 call on AXP. Buy signal again. $175 call, and it's currently at $170, so they're looking for this one to go up a little bit more. Over here on tip ranks, moderate buys, so not too bad. 8 buys, 7 hold, 2 of a sell. Not as good as MasterCard, but still pretty good ratings. High of $225, low of $130. But if you have any of AXP, go ahead and list it in the comments, or what your favorite credit card is. Like I said, I have them all, and I've made videos on all of them. I just did a video on MasterCard, so that one should be released by the time this one is in the library. But if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hitting the bell. We hit 1,000 subscribers just a day or two ago, and so I thank everybody that has subscribed, and all the likes, the comments are always welcome. But again, if you haven't subscribed, that would really help out the channel and trying to take it to the next level. So again, I thank you for the help in hitting 1,000, and we'll see you all in the next one. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.